Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Summit 6 qualifiers. We're going to be taking a look at a wonderful match today. Game number 3, we're seeing Vega Squadron face off against Team Empire. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Aosin. Mr. Aosin, we've kind of made our way through this game. Game number 1, it felt like it was pretty heavily into the favor of Empire in the early stages, and then Vega were sort of, there was a moment where it felt like they were making good moves around the map, not fighting when they weren't supposed to, and then in game number 2, Vega just kind of owned them. They've given the Oracle back over to Team Empire now. Do you think this is the right decision? The defensive support that kind of, in my opinion, at least won Empire game number 1?
I think this is definitely okay, considering they took the heroes that gave them a lot of success in that first game as well, which is the ET and the Faceless Void.
Okay.
5 seconds.
So you think that this is a pretty fair exchange already off the bat? I mean, it seems like Vega Squadron knew what they wanted to go to immediately, taking that ET and Faceless Void, also banning out the Mirana and the Wisp, and Empire actually going to go back for the Kunkka now.
Dire team back.
Interesting. What do you think about this reaction? Is this what's the idea here? Is it just early roaming support, or why do you think they took?
I mean, Kunkka's just that good of a hero right now. It's something that Vega could potentially pick up later on, and it's also something that's really good for them right now. So you might as well pick it up.
5 seconds remaining.
Because it just works really well against these kind of heroes, especially the ET Void combo. Because as long as you don't get caught out by the Chrono, you can potentially help out your teammates by just sending a boat in there.
Yeah, that's true. I like it.
They're
They're also going to ban out the Magnus, also the Huskar and Alchemist. It feels like it's, I don't know, the evolution of this series to me. I don't know if there's a hero that stands out as the most important. It feels like both teams are trying to find themselves and where they fit within the draft. The last game, that Doom was sort of the most impactful hero, I felt like, for FNG. Haven't gone back for it now. Do you think that's something they look to again?
I think they'll probably be more prepared for it. I think it's really hard to tell what goes on in FNG's head, because every time I see him draft, it's just something completely new. That's just how it seems to be every time.
It's like Wings, but from CIS.
I mean, I guess you could put it that way. I think they have definitely established that they don't want to deal with Iceberg's Mirana anymore, though.
Yeah. Thing was tearing it up previously. He kind of rose to prominence. I remember I was casting a game with, or I casted a whole set of games with Michael Loris, who's actually in chat. Shout out to him. But it was like CIS rejects way back in the day for the game show tournaments, and I remember just staying up and watching him play game after game after game. And after that, it was like OD that he was running a lot on, and was kind of just tearing up the scene with that as well. He's one of the first guys to bring it to prominence. And I always feel like he has those playmaking potentials, and they kind of showed it off in that last game.
Well, it's not often that you see G go, what was it, like 0-8, 0-9 or something?
Yeah, I mean, isn't G supposed to
stand
for God?
Did it. I mean, even gods fall.
Disruptor. I like that. That's a nice one. Well, Disruptor's going to get taken now. Another great team fight hero, also punishing the overextensions that can occur, but it doesn't feel as aggressive as some of the earlier supports we saw to Vega.
So they're, I mean, it synergizes pretty well with the ET. Like if you were to stomp someone, you just drop your combo on them.
Wow, and now going back for an Omni Knight. So this is going to be either a farming Omni Knight or a farming Kunkka. Do you like one of those over the other?
I would prefer Omni Knight, but I'm not too sold on either.
10 seconds
but
remaining.
we'll have to see.
I don't expect it's going to be a farming Oracle. I'll put that out there.
5 seconds
I don't think so either.
Because if you run the Omni Knight, that's just position 3, right? Like that's off lane. If you take the farming route.
That's the Iron Talon in the jungle position.
Oh god. Kunkka could go mid though. I don't think we've seen any safe lane Kunkka. Do you think that's, how do you rate the safe lane Kunkka nowadays? Is it as good as it used to be, or significantly worse?
I don't think it's worth giving farm to a Kunkka in the safe lane. I think if you're gonna run him as a core like that, I think you just put him in the mid lane because Kunkka is actually pretty good in laning phase just because of how Tidebringer works.
Yeah, that could be very interesting if they opt to go for that. At least for now, Vega Squadron's still trying to sort out what they want to go to. X marks the spot also is a nice way to help win yourself your lane. You bring a TP out, you have your bottle eventually, and just keep on refilling it over and over again. Let's see how this goes. Still 4th pick coming out from Vega Squadron. And I mean, it definitely feels like a different type of draft than we saw in the previous game. Can Disruptor get aggressive early?
FNG draft, yes.
Okay.
Without fail, yes. He's gonna try to make something happen. It doesn't matter what hero he's on.
10 seconds.
See where they opt to go for it with, at least for now. 6 seconds
5
left with
seconds
still
remaining.
banning phase. I mean, did he disconnect? What the hell happened? Go for the Invoker.
Radiant team pick.
Huh. Iceberg Invoker tears it up too. He's pretty good on the hero. In this
I
game,
like it.
Can you go Quas Wex?
I think you still go Exort because it synergizes really well with all of the
10
heroes that they have.
seconds remaining.
Like you chrono someone, you Sunstrike. It makes it so that Faceless Void can solo
5
kill people.
seconds remaining.
Same with ET, you stomp. I mean, even ET can solo kill people if he's like level 6
Reserve
and you have
time.
3 in stomp. You stomp someone in ulti and Sunstrike comes out as well, and they're just dead.
Oh, well, that might be what they go for. Team Empire taking another one of these big bad heroes in the early game. Ursa Warrior. How do you feel about this guy as a hero? Is it all that everybody's cracking it up to be? I keep on hearing that Ursa's like the new OP hero.
I mean, I like Ursa. I think Ursa is just
10
he's like
seconds
really
remaining.
strong. I mean, he does so much damage, and it's one way to deal with Void.
5
I
seconds
think
remaining.
he's one of the heroes that can kill Void with like very
Radiant team
little
back.
amount of disables. So 1 torrent, and it's probably enough for an Ursa to kill off a Void.
All right. Well, Axe is now going to get banned out as well. The Invoker into Omni Knight was something that also sort of caught me off guard because of Repel obviously being great
Radiant
against pretty much
team
all of
pick.
Invoker's kit. Morphling going to get taken out of the pool now, and with the Sand King last pick, Team
Dire
Empire
team pick.
go for a 4 melee strat against a Faceless Void. Is that as scary as it sounds when I say it out loud?
Well, it's you can kind of call it like
10 seconds
3
remaining.
because Omni Knight kind of stands back and Kunkka kind of does too. So you can kind
5
of
seconds
half their
remaining.
melee potential and count it as 3 melee.
All right. Well, Jug is the last pick for FN, and looks like we're gonna have a little bit of an interesting showdown as we get towards the end here. I mean, who are you favoring? Do you like what we're seeing so far out of Vega, the turnaround that they've made after the early rough start in game number 1?
I feel like this draft is kind of convincing in Vega's side. I feel like they just have so much more to offer with their draft, and Team Empire is kind of banking on this Ursa to just steamroll them.
Yeah, that'll be. Well, we'll see if they can make it happen. A lot of things that Omni Knight can obviously disrupt in the midst of this, but if he does not get off to a good start, he could also just be food. The early TP's out. FN gonna try and
Prepare for battle.
spot if anybody moves in towards his woods, but Pushka will not be scouted. Mid lane, King R ships in the night with Sioma the Slayer, and with that, they might end up running into each other. Okay, did they spot him?
Oh, they're gonna spot that. They know it's there for
Hurts.
sure. Goodbye, Ward.
Yeah.
This is gonna be so good for Iceberg too. They should just give it to the Invoker, and it's just Well, it's like having 2 bounty runes if he gets the bounty rune.
Absolutely. Omni Knight is going to go into lane. Well, is Omni Knight mid? What's going on?
No. G is mid.
Okay, yeah, right.
So it is a Kunkka mid.
30
All right.
Got
seconds
the
to
support
battle.
Omni again. Although Omni, okay, so I think this is what they're gonna be doing. I think Omni bought a Stout Shield, so I think he's gonna swap places with Sand King. Sand King's gonna try to get his levels and then just head to the jungle, and Omni Knight is probably gonna solo lane top.
Interesting. Well, it feels then this is more of a farming style out of Empire potentially than trying to go at least to like hit a timing really strong, maybe around that first Aegis. Already trading a couple of hits with Mag. Faceless Void takes the bounty rune, as does the Iceberg Invoker, and Mag now going to time walk out of the pit. So a nice start and really great for the Invoker after getting that ward.
Yeah, so we see the Sand King Omni dual lane. Really strong dual lane. You just burrow strike someone and drop a purification. Does a crap load of damage. Unfortunately, it's against the Jug, so the Jug gets caught out. Probably can't kill him.
G trying to pull the creep wave back towards him as well is going to be able to get it, and want to make sure they don't end up losing that extra little bit of experience. The repel is actually dropped on a Ghost Stick, so trying to deal with him. Taking damage. Cold Snap, not enough for the kill. Oh my god, are they really doing this all over the map? Sand King goes down up top. What? How does that happen? He just got spun upon and they didn't have repel?
Because they know he they know that he has Caustic at level 1. They just wait out the repel.
Looking for the Torn onto Iceberg is not going to connect. That ward scouting out that G gave the hand lift. Able to dodge away from it. Well, the rotation could come up now with ET in the area as well. They might try and get a little bit frisky with Miposhka here.
So interesting to note, Invoker is actually going Crosswex.
What do you
Maybe
think?
a player, it might be just a preference thing. Maybe Iceberg just plays Crosswex. I feel like Exor would be better here, but I mean, Crosswex is probably just as, if not better. I mean, I'm no Invoker player, so I trust in his decision.
What do you think is the reasoning behind it? Is there anything in particular that you're seeing that you really like that Crosswex gives him, or what do you think he's going to be losing with not going the Exort build?
Okay, so what happens is you lose that killing potential, but as Crosswex, against 4 melee heroes that have really low mana pools, all it takes is 1 EMP, and you will shut down anyone who gets caught in it. Like, any of these melee heroes that get caught in the EMP are pretty much taken out of the fight, because they're not going to have any mana.
I guess that's sort of the play then. If they're able to make it happen, they're going to actually get the Tornado off to start a little bit of aggression against G, and FNG comes in afterwards. Just a Tornado to get them back off of him again. Very interesting start to this game, as a lot of rotations, but it feels like Vega are coming out on top.
Yeah, Vega just needs to play it slowly, and just play it carefully as well, and not feed off kills in the early stages. And once they get their levels, I feel like they should be able to just start making plays happen all over the place, because unless Omni Knight is there to save you, I don't think there's too much you can do. Oh, Aloha.
Aloha Dance is going to get jumped upon in this bottom lane. They've got the damage for him. Thunderstrike comes through. Faceless Void finds the kill. And no great way to stop that. Iceberg also taking a little bit beating in the mid, but it's going to be fine for the moment. And I'm a little surprised that the Juggernaut's been able to get so much against this lane against the Sand King. I guess it was only just now that they've rotated in all these heroes.
He was probably able. He's just able to get stuff going on in the early phases. Once the Sand King gets some level, it's really hard for him to fight him head on.
Bottom lane, they deny out the ET to Roche. Ghost Stick still trying to make his way in this top lane towards a good bit of farm. And he's going to be able to get a decent amount, but over by the rune, they find Iceberg. They don't follow it up, though, and the Torrent not going to come quite in time. Iceberg still blocking. That was a nice little play there. Dodges to the other side. Now the turnaround, though. They have the catch with the sleep, and G is caught in the kinetic field, trying to find their own kill. They throw out the Tidebringer damage as well. Miposhka dropping low, and he is going to go down. Nicely played there by Disruptor to get the kill. A very odd series of events, as they actually do lose the ET, too.
I love it. Tri-lane mid. They're just trying to make kills happen here and there.
I find it pretty bold that Iceberg's hanging out in this mid lane with the potential for an X at least, and a lot of damage there. Yeah, he's gonna back out. He wouldn't even have mana for like an invoke really, or invoke Ghost Walk if it came to that.
Yeah, just playing it safe. I don't even think he's afraid of the Kunkka. He's just afraid, and he probably realizes that he has help in the mid lane with him.
Well, nonetheless, Kunkka level 5 as we do see the dive for the Sand King. My goodness, my camera work is awful this day. But don't worry, guys. It'll be fine. We'll get through it together. Juggernaut finds the kill. Phase Boots online. Bottom lane looks like they're going to go for a stomp. Don't connect onto Aloha Dance, but the pull back in. Ghost Cold Walk is there as well, and maybe going to be able to find the kill. Tornado in the Thunder Strike is going to be enough to find that. King R, they drop the Chronosphere on it. Iceberg walks into that Chrono, but nonetheless, they should be able to find that kill as well. So 2 dead in the bottom lane.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that pretty much went perfectly for Vega. They were actually, Mag was like 10 EXP off of 6, and he was desperately trying to get the 6, but they managed to kill off the Ursa, and then he just hit 6, and another follow-up kill on the Oracle because of that.
Oh, and FN's just going to TP out of here. They can't find this kill. Good reaction by him. The Sand King and Omni rotating in to try and mess with them. And so far, a pretty big lead for Vega. 2,000 gold and right around 1,200 experience. Nicely played.
It's just, in terms of draft, it's just, I feel like it's so hard for Empire to fight this. Like I said, Ursa needs to pretty much carry them, but he's having the worst start you could ask for right now, I feel.
Dire's top tower
He does not want to get glimpsed back at this point, but they're turning now. He is going to be able to glimpse away the Ursa, still getting chased by King R. Mag is walking away. A good kinetic field will ensure the Disruptor gets out, but that could have been deadly.
Very well played by Sima.
Still the phase boots for Iceberg and getting up those levels. Do you still go Midas on Quas Wex? Do you think it's worth to try and do that, or do you think he's going to need to become relevant too quickly? Like, does he have to go for a couple of intermediate items?
I think you still go for the Midas. Invoker's just one of those heroes where Midas is pretty much mandatory because you need your levels so badly.
Radiant's top tower is under
Juggernaut
attack.
finds the kill that time around. FN doing it good. Mid lane, there's still not too much action happening. It's weird. I feel like there's just not much response that's coming in. You've got 2 defensive supports, and you can't really, as they glimpse back the Oracle, they're not really covering each other. I don't know if that's a problem or not, though.
It's just they can't do anything for each other. They're getting drawn all over the place. Vega is just ganking them all over the place. You can't be in all 3 lanes at the same time.
Yeah.
Because of that, Ghostic dies twice to a Juggernaut. Oh, FG.
Is he gonna find this? The stomp turnaround? Just gonna give him the walk away? Unfortunately, he dies. That would have been a nice play, but he's gonna pay for it nonetheless.
Something is going well for him. Oh no, he's gonna get glimpsed. They might. No.
FN? He might be in trouble. They don't quite connect onto the torrent. Boat is still there, and they glimpse away Ghostic, but the repel will keep him still in the area, chasing after FN. The wraparound is going to be there as well from the Faceless Void, it looks like. They have the boat, but he's just going to be able to spin out of there. Now Void in the area. Does have Chronosphere. I don't know if they have the damage, though. He could potentially do this. The Invoker kills off the Oracle in the mid lane, so all this is happening. They keep everybody alive on Vega. They find another kill.
Yeah. That was really good for Vega. He didn't chrono because he knows that the rest of his teammates just don't have anything. Oh, bottom lane. Is Aloha dead again?
He might be. They drop the Chronosphere onto him, and Vega with FNG is here. They're trying to turn against him, and Thunderstrike damage is dealt as well. They get another crush. It's not going to be enough. Time walk off the damage. The glimpse back onto Aloha Dance again. He's just so tanky. It's really hard to find this kill, but they get the bash, and that should secure it. ET finds it. Really good kiting from Vega.
Yeah, that actually looks so scary. I thought someone was going to die to that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Really well played by Mag. Just timing it perfectly.
G right now does get cold snapped as well. You have King R in the area with the Fate's Edict available, so probably would have been able to survive that regardless. But
bottom tower is under attack.
Iceberg just causing trouble.
Well, Omni is getting his levels, but unfortunately Oracle is still level 4. Even with the tome, he's going to be short of that 6.
It's not the best time in the world for him. What do you think Empire need to do? Is it just try and get the farm on King R at this point so they can fight, or do they need to try and sneak Roshan, or?
Oh, maybe no, he's fine. I don't think they can. I don't think they can sneak Roshan. I'm pretty sure that Vega are very aware of the possibility, so I don't think that will be happening anytime soon. If they want to do that, they have to make a pickoff happen, and in order for that to happen, it looks like they might have to wait for the Sand King to get his Blink Dagger, because G went for the drums build, and he's only got 1 level in X. He's not going to set anything up, and Ursa's so far behind he can't jump anyone either. So it's going to come down to Ghost Stick to find them the kills they need.
It's too bad when we saw the Kunkka build that, I mean, obviously Lanham, when he was playing it as a position 4, but more often than not, they would try and use the Oracle Fortune's End to set up a torrent, and then you could just go back for more damage, but they haven't really been able to find those initiation angles, and I mean, G has a lot of damage potential here, but as you mentioned, with only 1 point in X, it's not really all that viable. They're going to run into Mag. If they get it this X, oh, they don't quite get it off.
Very unfortunate fight.
Ghost Stick is going to die over here in the top lane also. Juggernaut finds the kill. So it is just, it feels like it's falling apart for Empire. I don't know how you try and take this.
Definitely. I mean, I just feel like this is a very lackluster draft. They don't have the tools to deal with Vega's lineup.
Tornado goes out. They don't quite hit the stomp at the same time, and Aloha Dance is going to get Fate's Edict and heal back up. Purifying Flames. Iceberg dropping low is going to die to this one, and with the Earth Splitter going through, Empire taking a little bit of command again as they lost their Invoker from Vega. But the pullback looking for G. They throw the Repel onto him. He'll be able to walk out of there.
Well, Empire got something going their way. Killing off Iceberg is pretty damn important. And the only reason why that worked is because G hit a torrent boat combo with no setup. And unless he's able to do that all the time, it's going to be really difficult for them to make plays like that happen again.
They're doing the X combos at least to remain a little bit more efficient around the map, which is nice. We'll see if they can continue that and build off of this. No towers have gotten taken, and we have seen the tier 2 pressured along the top lane a little bit as well for Empire, so not exactly sure where you go from here. Force Staff soon to come out for Iceberg. He actually opted to go for the drums. Interesting.
Okay. Well, goes to show how much I know about Invoker.
No, you're fine. Boss bugs, nobody cares. Iceberg dropping low, turns it back around, trying to bring down G. Tornado lift up, and I'll keep him off of him.
Impressive amount of damage coming from G.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Absolutely. Ghost Stick. Somewhat chased down, but they're just going to go for the spin, TP out of there, and cut the creep wave in the same time. So nicely done there. Mag's building towards his Vlads. It's really interesting to me that Vega have switched up their style of play so much over the past couple of games. Like Empire, it's pretty consistently been team fight, a couple of defensive supports. But for Vega, it was like game 2, just, you know, balls to the wall aggression, and this one, it's a little bit more of a slow-paced game.
Yeah, I feel like FNG is just one of those kind of captains. He just has all these ideas in his head, and he just follows through.
Oh, there's the jump forward, though. They found Mag, and he's going down. Ursa gets
This is what they need. The Blink Sand King to make things happen for them.
Vega looking like they still want to fight here, though.
Dire's bottom tower is
against
under
the
attack.
5 heroes of Empire. They're wrapping around. They realize that they're in the Roche pit. Static Storm is online.
Oh,
If
this
they
might be
find
so
this,
bad for them.
this could be really huge. Tornado gets dropped. They don't really hit a very good Static Storm, though, and they have been able to kill off one with the DD rune, and that's the Ursa is pretty large and in charge. G is standing up tall against him, though, and they turn it back
canceled
around.
it.
A nice burrow strike back the other direction. They've been able to find that kill. Oh, Iceberg getting chased. Ghost Stick has another burrow strike in one, finds him, looking for that kill, and they find it as well. Double for Ghost Stick. Mag wants to find a Chrono and just have it available, but Repel goes back.
Radiant's top tower
All right,
is under attack.
they're making it work.
So what happened in that team fight that ended up working out
Radiant's
so well
middle
for
tower
Empire?
is under attack.
As we see mid lane.
Oh,
He might be dead.
he's so dead.
Glimpse? Almost there in time. Ghost Stick will get chronoed in spite of it, but the healing, turn it back around onto Mag. They have the torrent, doesn't quite connect though. Ghost Stick still does escape.
It was really unfortunate for Vega because they knew what was happening. The smoke broke,
Dire's middle tower is under
and
attack.
right as they knew what was happening, Invoker dropped his entire combo, and unfortunately the tornado didn't connect with anyone. And because of that, he just wastes his combo and becomes useless for the next few seconds.
That's a little rough. Got the King R Oracle who is out of there, and what was once a, well, not a huge lead. It's gone back to about 0 though. It was roughly 4,000 or so for each of them. Net worth and experience. Kunkka drums, building now back in towards an armlet.
I mean, Vega has that huge team fight, but unfortunately, they managed to miss all of it. Like, you have one person in Disruptor combo. No one got stomped. No one. I don't think anyone got hit by the ET ulti either. And Invoker, like I said, he just completely missed his tornado combo.
Feels like both of these teams are trying to take some of the rust off a little bit. This guy agrees with us also. +1. Well, there's going to be the burrow strike through and Mag's going to drop. Oh, lordy. On the other side, Iceberg is there. They could go for a big tornado. Connects onto 3. Can they find the follow-up? The stomp is there. King R's going down. Ghost Stick is out of mana. Oh, that could have been really big.
See, like, look at what happens there. If you get
Dire's top tower
3
is
people
under
caught in a
attack.
tornado, 3 of them just can't fight anymore because they just lost all of their mana. And unfortunately, that didn't happen in that past team fight. If he even caught 2 people with it, I think they just steamrolled that team fight because no one can cast anything.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I guess that's going to be the look and see if they can make it happen in the future. It's worth noting right now, Empire have great vision, too, around this whole area. They've got the ward up on the high ground so they can spot any attempt at a wraparound. But nonetheless, it looks like Vega are just trying to hold the tower while the rest of their team is pushing out the other lanes. Iceberg burns off that mana of the Ursa.
They got that ward down. I think Vega should just wait for Chrono to be up, and then they should try to take a team fight. They shouldn't let Empire be the aggressive ones. They should just, in return, be the aggressive ones. Oh, some Repel X plays going on.
It's the shenanigans. They've got them. I mean, it's still going to be hard for them to take. Well, I guess you could do a similar thing with an Ursa as well, then.
Yeah, but he's not exactly the hero you want for that right now, because he does have Mask of Madness. And without the Mask of Madness, he's not really going to be doing that much damage to buildings versus G's Armlet and 100+ damage.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the wraparound is there from Empire as well, trying to take this fight, spoiling for it. If Mag and the Disruptor show up, that could have been really bad for him, but instead they're just moving up, want to find a pick and then go. Past the ET Spirit. Oh, Vega, did they spot him? Mag's dropping, and he is just going to get killed off. Is that enough for them to Roche?
Yep, definitely. We should just go do it now. But this is what Vega have to be careful of. They absolutely cannot let Empire be the aggressors.
And they're just kind of letting them get to it. You do have FNG out there to try and throw out the stomp if things get a little bit scary, but it's like, what's going to be the follow-up even if you do manage to hit like a 3 or 4 person stomp? They go for it. Aloha Dance not dropping. Tornado doesn't even reach into the pit. They're not able to find a kill as of yet. Torrent gets dropped also. Ghost Stick in the area is trying to hold the line for the rest of the team of Empire, but they end up taking down the Aegis, and now the Burrow Strike counter initiation play. Iceberg force-staffed away for the moment, but is going to drop. No way to get away from that one. And I mean, he had Invoke. There's potential for a Ghost Walk there, but they trade the tier 2 for the Roche.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think that was a little bit unnecessary for him to do that. He already missed his Tornado and his EMP. I don't think there's any reason for him to try to do anything too fancy there. But good for Empire. They're just coming back from the early game deficit and making it work.
Oh, they did find Sioma again, the Disruptor, but be able to find that. I mean, it's still FN getting pretty much whatever he wants. He's at 10,000 net worth at this point. Like, Empire have kind of just been grouped together for a long period of time. Is this okay for Vega? Are they comfortable considering how farmed this Jug is?
I think this is totally fine. When he's about to finish his defusal, which is super important. Once he gets his defusal, they don't have to feel as scared to fight into the Omni Knight.
I mean, just being able to stick onto one of those heroes, regardless of whatever else comes out, is definitely important. And that Fusel Blade is going to be there shortly. And the other thing is Iceberg eventually is going to be able to start building, now that he has pretty much maxed out Wex, back in towards the Exort, so he can start dealing some damage in these fights outside of just the EMP initiations.
You can see the drawback on not having Midas though now. Like, it's 21 minutes in and he's only level 11. This is really, really rough for an Invoker. Because normally at these, by the time it's like 20 something minutes, you're normally 14, 15 or so when you have a Midas.
No. Well, FNG, level 8. The rest of the side of Vega maybe thinking about going for a smoke play together. Are they anywhere in vision? No, they're not. Counter smoke is being used by Empire though, as they're looking for a fight.
Tower is under attack.
And they did run the ET through. Okay.
I think they noticed. Yeah, they know.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They should counter smoke here and run into them now, I feel. I guess they have no intentions of fighting an Aegis Ursa. So they're just gonna dodge, you know.
Interesting. This is a far cry from the Vega that we saw last game. They're doing different stuff. Sioma's gonna go for a solo smoke, place down a 1 sentry ward to block out the camp, and then back out, as it looks like pressure is being applied along this top lane. Vega just not wanting to fight here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're grouping up again. We might see an engagement here.
Yeah, Aloha Dance left alone. They're all grouped up now. Chronosphere is online. Vega's still ready to go if they want to try and make this initiation play. But Empire, I don't know if they realize where they are or what exactly is happening here. Feels like Empire are kind of out of the loop. But Iceberg and the rest of the side of Vega are ready to kill anybody that comes back for this tower.
This is such a strange turn of events. Both sides are just so scared right now because Vega thinks they're being hunted because no one is defending the top lane.
Well, they are going to bring back one. Ghost Stick is going to get pulled back in with the X. That might signal to Vega where the rest of Empire is. But still not wanting to fight.
They saw the Ursa. They saw the Ursa in the mid lane. They pretty sure that they know that they're just behind the Ursa.
Okay.
Healing and power.
Well, a very strange game. That is for damn sure. And Iceberg is just going to try and get a courier snipe maybe on the way back. It's a possibility. That would be pretty bold. Oh, he's thinking about it. Wants to go for it, maybe?
You're gonna force it. Go for it.
Oh god, they find the courier. Nicely done.
Ghost Stick's gonna catch him.
Oh, Ghost Stick getting the kill potentially. They do have a 4-step. He's gonna TP out of there and no way to break it. Good recognition by that Invoker.
Alright, Aegis is down. Is this where they go for something? They even have Blink on Void. This is it. This is your moment, Vega.
It's like that Eminem song. You gotta reach out and grab it, Mag.
Oh god, that ward. Oh, they know he has a blink now.
Yeah. They've got such great vision. You have to imagine that they would have placed some vision down if you're Vega, right? Like, they spent all that time over there, but nonetheless, not easy to figure out where those would be. And it looks like
they do find one.
I mean, Vega have some pretty great vision here as well. They spot out all these heroes in the mid lane. Gonna go for the sleep. Ghost Stick and G are on the other side of the spot where we could have a team fight, but it looks like Vega, again, just don't want to take the fight right now. They're more comfortable waiting till the Aghanim Scepter, I guess, on the Invoker.
They're just trying to be really cautious here, too, because if you mess up, you're probably going to lose a team fight right now. If Empire are prepared and they're positioned for it, it's kind of hard for Vega to fight.
Yeah. I will say also Alacrity in these fights is going to be really great because it's like the max attack speed one. So you're basically going to have crits for the Juggernaut like crazy, potential a lot of procs for bashes from Mag. So I think that there's a lot of possibility for even just finding a kill with just the Void with Alacrity on him in a Chrono.
I think it's a good spell here, definitely, but he's probably not ready to commit one of his slots for that. Because he doesn't have Scepter yet, and he's only level 13. So the amount that he can invoke is going to be fairly limited. He'll probably consider something else after his Cyclone EMP combo.
Yeah, that's a good point, I guess. 17-second cooldown on Invoke. So basically only has 3 spells right now. That's what you're talking about, that problem.
Are they going to go for this? I feel like they should go for this.
Ghost Stick is behind enemy lines. They're going to go for the counter initiation play. They drop the Static Storm and going immediately onto Sioma the Strayer is going to be able to find that kill, but the Chronosphere dropped onto 2. Aloha Dance left alone. G starting to drop low as well. They get the disarm there with the Fate's Edict, and Aloha Dance is going to be able to live through it for the moment. Well, they turn it back around now. Tornado goes out. They find that kill. Diffusal Blade took off the Guardian Angel from the Ursa as well. Now Maposhka drops. King R is dead as well. I don't know why Empire opted to take that fight right there.
I think they knew it was happening and they thought they were strong enough to fight it, but like that's pretty much their issue. The Vega draft, like, you can see it there, it just synergizes so much better together. Not to mention FNG is level 11. It's so hard to fight against that.
The Juggernaut is just a monster at this point. They're going to pop the Manta Style, start taking down the tier 3 tower, and the buyback comes from the Sand King. They've already used Epicenter. The boat goes out to try and clear out the creep waves. I don't know. This is a hard one right now to figure out how Empire find their way back into this. It's, I mean, not a huge swing, but as you said, they synergize incredibly well. Mid lane, Aloha Dance.
Mag wanted to get the middle tower. He runs into the Ursa and he's like, nope, I'm out of here.
Iceberg is also going to get spotted now by Aloha Dance. Has the Ghost walk away. His Ags is online, and now he does also have level 3 Invoke, so 4-second cooldown is a lot easier to use.
Well, G does have the data list, so this is it's gonna be a weird team fight coming up. I feel if they don't catch out Kunkka, there is that potential where he can turn it around with just one cleave.
Gotten gains.
His crits are going to be rather large with the armlet toggled, and I mean, it's on a 4-second cooldown, which is pretty great as well. But we'll have to see how it goes for him. What's he crits for nowadays? That's not actually saying.
Dang, how do you pick core Kunkka and not pick Coddle?
That's a good point. I don't know. That's like the thing that everybody was doing, right? I mean, Attacker was doing it all over.
You know,
Radiant's
data
middle
lists,
tower is under
Echo
attack.
Saber,
Radiant's middle tower.
easy team fight.
Oh, Iceberg's going down though. They find the kill in the mid lane. Well played there.
Putting that fresh gem to good use.
The armor have a
Well, that is going to at least threaten securing Roshan, but it's actually a really long respawn timer. It looks like Invoker should be back up at least in time to come and contest Roche. So ET should be able to scout out when they're going into it with his Spirit, and then afterwards can make their contest if they so desire.
Interesting to see Disruptor didn't level his ulti at level 11. I feel like you should. I feel like you always level it.
Not gonna lie, there's been some questionable plays going on at various points by both of these teams. It feels like there's still a little bit of post-TI rust going on, and maybe trying to get the full synergy together with their squads.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like for the CIS region though, I think everyone's fairly familiar with each other.
Yeah.
You kind of see the same players on different teams every season.
Oh, gee. They pinged out that they wanted to move through the jungle, but not opting to go for it as of yet. Roche is back up now. This could be a really big engagement. We'll have to see who finds the initiation first. G with the X might be able to break a smoke play. Do they realize where he is? They should. Iceberg spots Aloha Dance. FN is there as well. He's going to jump forward, finds FN. They do have a glimpse available. There's the repel to take off the Thunderstrike.
The initiation from both sides is going to be so important for the upcoming team fights. If Empire just get the Sand King to stun a couple people at the start and allow the Ursa to get in, potentially could be dangerous for Vega. I think the biggest thing, it just comes down to Mag not getting caught. If he's caught, I think they just have to run.
I'm looking at the way that the vision is sort of augmented as well, and you've got basically nothing from Empire, and then Vega have pretty good vision around the pit, so they might be able to make something happen. They spot that the DD rune got taken. All right, they realize that G is in the area at the very least. They back up. Ghost Stick revealed. Nice Ghost Scepter, keeping alive FNG for the moment. There's the Force Staff away as well. Time Walk also by Mag.
The double Force Staff save.
They have Stomp. Looking for the catch. They caught on to two. Ghost Stick is going to get caught. Oh, a good repel. Force Staff away, though. The Chronosphere dropped, but it's only caught on to two, and they're basically doing nothing. Has to time walk away a lot of the damage. The Tornado didn't connect onto anybody. BKB is popped for FN. I think Empire are winning this in a pretty big way, but the counter initiation play is there as the Omni Slash goes out, brings down the Oracle. Iceberg still getting controlled. The Force Staff away. Kunkka doing a decent chunk of damage, but not enough to be able to contend with the Juggernaut. Now, suddenly, after the long, drawn-out fight, Vega are just too strong. It looked really good for a moment there, but Empire end up getting controlled and killed.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good for Empire, but when you're not able to kill them with your initial spell usage, I mean that EMP came out and a lot of them just couldn't fight anymore. And then all their cores just got kited to death. You know, you have two melee cores and you're against two other melee cores that are more mobile than you, and they both had Diffusal Blades, and they just kite you for days.
I thought that when the Tornado didn't connect and the BKB was there, that like they were gonna have a chance at doing it, but
I'll take your treatment.
I mean, Oracle didn't really get off much in that last fight. Still has his ultimate off cooldown. I think that changes a lot if that Omni Slash doesn't kill him off. Maybe not, though. Regardless, Vega are looking incredibly strong right now. And 19,000 net worth on this Juggernaut. He is a beast.
Yep. He is definitely carrying. Mag's kind of catching up too. He's definitely doing some good damage as well.
Oh, Iceberg. They spot it.
Uh-oh.
This is very tenuous. If he realizes they're there, they could go for something.
I don't think they have enough damage. They need one more up here if they want to get anything done.
They're bringing everybody. All right, they're going in now. Are going to be able to catch. There's the Fortune's End as well. Drop the... They actually do get him. Wow.
Alright, I lied. They do enough damage.
Nicely played there. Oracle does so much damage. It's absurd.
Yeah, you're right about that. 700 from Oracle in less than 2 seconds.
Jeez. Well, bottom lane, FN. He's still got himself an Aegis. Diffusal Blade level 2 online. Is it time to start thinking about taking that high ground, or do you need to wait for your Invoker, I'm assuming?
I think you should just wait for your Invoker. You have some time before your Aegis runs out anyways. I think they can afford to wait.
Top lane G is just trying to push this in as well. Oh, with Omni Slash there, they're feeling comfortable with it. They're going up towards high ground. I mean, Invoker doesn't even have TP boots, so he can't even get here that quickly. They've used the spin. There's BKB popped now from FN, and looks like they'll be able to get out of there, but very strange.
I really hope Juggernaut levels his healing ward. Please level your healing ward.
Just taking a bunch
I mean, healing ward is such a godlike spell. I feel like you should definitely level it, especially at 19.
Yeah. He's been taking more stats. Wants to hit hard. He doesn't care about healing his allies.
He's FN.
Well, Invoker now is going back for a BKB, it looks like. Iceberg is on the hunt, at least for bounty runes. But they might be able to do something over here. They spot out Aloha Dance. They don't look like they want to go for it, though. They're just focused on taking down towers.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Jump forward.
Oh, they might jump him here.
Are they going for this? FN, they dropped the Chrono, killing off G. Diffusal Blade's going to be there in a second if they need to use it. It doesn't matter. He's going
gotta
down.
Be dead.
Super dead, and Ghost Stick in the area as well. They throw out the Earth Splitter. Isn't going to connect onto anybody, but they still have a tier 2 tower to take.
That was really, really good recognition from Vega. Seeing that Kunkka X play, they realized he's probably X on top of that hill. Let's just go. Jump in and kill him off.
That's a rough life. He's going for his second Daedalus now, but just doesn't have the damage that he needs. And oh, Burrow Strike through doesn't do any damage to FN. Fate's Edict disarmed him, but also meant he wasn't taking any of that magical. Glimpse away. The Ursa's not going to be on top of the Juggernaut any longer. Does still have a BKB available as well as the Aegis. Can go for the turnaround Omni if they wanted to. Aloha Dance left alone for the moment. They're going to drop the Meatball as well as the Cold Snap on the back line. Mag jumps forward. They're going to get the Omni Slash kill onto Omni Knight. And now Mag still dropping low. The BKB from Ursa's doing a decent chunk, and FN trying to run away. Blade Fury's out. We'll be fine for the moment. Ice Wall got dropped to slow down Ghost Stick slightly, and the range barracks is low, but I don't know if Vega want to stick around anymore. It's 3 buybacks.
Armor have omniscience.
3 buybacks, pretty good for. Well, they didn't. I mean, not even an Aegis is used. They'll probably just heal up and do it again.
It's pretty scary. Iceberg is now getting back into those points for Exhort, so it's going to be a lot of damage soon. Is there something in particular that you like for him next after having already gone for the BKB? Do you think like another mobility item, or is Sheep Stick the way to go?
I think he can probably afford to go for a Sheep Stick. I don't think they need any more defensive items. BKB pretty much shuts down their entire team. Because with a BKB, there's no way to lock you down, and you have a Force Staff as well.
Right. That's a pretty good one if they can get that off. Forge Spirit sent out. Push in that bottom lane, but with a Butterfly now on Juggernaut, I'm struggling to see how Empire kill this guy off, even without an Aegis.
Well, Ursa can definitely kill him, but that's only if Ursa can hit him to begin with.
Okay.
And I see that
Radiant's
not happening.
bottom barracks are under attack.
All right. Well, grouping up, and looks like they're just going to take down the range barracks. Forge Spirit's pretty good.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
I don't know how you stop that.
It's rough. Look, they're just standing out here, and they're doing it again. They're just standing in Force Spirits.
Yeah.
Max is playing around. He's just time walking back and forth. They're not even moving.
I think they feel pretty good about their chances going forward here. They've got Chronosphere ready. If anybody steps up to them too far, and well, FNG gonna scout out slightly, see if they can make some type of a play. If they could find Maposhka and King R, this is a pretty good initiation angle, and cancels the stomp. All right, Ghost Stick on the other side with the Sand King looking as well. FN jumps forward, finds the kill.
Oh my god.
He does so much damage, still getting bashed by this Ursa, but they turn it back around. Omni Slash onto Aloha Dance. He's dropping low. G's gonna call as well. And just like that, with X's abound, they're gonna kill off Maposhka. Triple kill right now for FN. He has Alacrity on him again if they want to go back in, and they just might. He wants it. He's gonna go. There's an ultra kill. Time for a rampage for FN. Is it gonna happen? He's so close. There's one. Maybe gonna be able to get a second as well. Ghost Stick trying to turn it back around. GG gets called, but FN, large and in charge, 23,000 net worth. Vega Squadron take it. He leaves the game too.
He just left the game immediately. He's like, I don't even want to see my death. I got my rampage, I'm out.
That's great. All right, well, Aosin, Vega Squadron, they bring it back after a little bit of a rough start in game number 1, but to me it felt like they were the better team, just kind of took them a little while to get going.
I would agree with you there. I feel like FNG is just the more experienced captain. I feel like a lot of what contributed to their 2-1 victory is just their movement and their draft.
That was a pretty good display. I think these two teams are going to be interesting facing off against each other in the future as well. We've already talked about the dynamic of, you know, G and FNG facing off against each other. Former teammates, no longer that. But how would you rate their performances compared to some of the other matches that we've been seeing in the other regions? Was CIS Dota particularly different from the China stuff that we've been watching?
I think it's a little, definitely different. I want to say a little different. I think it's definitely different. The picks are kind of there, you know. Everyone kind of favors the same heroes here and there, but I feel like the Chinese scene, if I was to match them up against, let's say, Newbie or CDEC, I would definitely still kind of favor the Chinese teams, but just by a little bit.
Okay. Well, it'll certainly be interesting to see how that happens as we get closer and closer towards the Boston Major and the other big tournaments that are coming around. Summit 6, for instance. Cool stuff there. So stick around, everybody. We've still got one more series for today. It's going to be Power Rangers facing off against Elements Pro Gaming. Stay tuned. That one's set to be a good one. Lyrical, Dota, as well as Aosin. You can follow us on Twitter if you feel so inclined. But more importantly, continue following the Summit 6 qualifiers presented by Beyond the Summit. We'll be back in a bit.